everybody? Welcome back to Saturday night. Welcome back to ROM Hack Races. How are you feeling? Yo, I was loving those tunes. I have to shut them off to do commentary now, but love that pre-show music. Thanks, Fen, for providing that. An OC remix where we get those tunes from. It is week 269. Nice. And we have a really cool one for you tonight. This is going to be a fun one. I think you're going to like it a lot. The level is by Storm, and it is by Konaoto. I hope I'm saying that right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I've always said Kona. I didn't know there was an OTO at the end, but they are amazing. You might remember them as the maker of The Possibility of an Island. Really, really tough one. It would be fun if you checked it out. They're back tonight with the level. Like I said, it's called By Storm, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Welcome if you're new. This is ROM Hack Races, and every Saturday night we have a brand new Super Mario World Kaizo level that no one has ever seen before. The racers don't know what they're in for. The maker knows, obviously. The testers have tested it, but the racers just have to improvise. It's a sight reading challenge, dichotomy between consistency and one-shots, whether or not they're going to be consistent at what they've learned, or one-shot a new obstacle, and we all get to watch and check out the awesome gameplay. This week, we did, of course, like every week, we had testers, and this week's level was tested by Sulfur X, RB Pimlico, Mithrillionaire, Mars, welcome new tester, Gossip Greg, and You Fail Me. Also, welcome You Fail Me stepping behind the curtain this week, usually a racer, but helping us out with testing this week. We really, really appreciate that. We got Fen tonight on the restream, and Dr. No, Star-Lord, and also Fen hanging out in the scouting area because we've got 8 racers who have signed up, and you may only see 4 on the screen. We can't fit them all. Their screens would be too small. You'd never see anything. So the scouts are going to watch everybody and let us know who to rotate in. Of these 8, we've got Endless Ascent, Germdove, Halcyon, Jank Pickle, Louis Duce, Prestonator 13, Revelug, and Roke Games 05. I like telling everybody the whole, add the numbers on the end of the name so you know where to look them up on Twitch if you want to follow some of the racers. Your job, if you choose to accept it, is to stay really comfy and enjoy. If you have any questions about Kaizo or ROM hacks or whatever you want to learn about, please feel free to just shout it out in chat. But otherwise, stay comfy. It's a little cold out there. Grab a hot drink. I hear maybe they really get you going. And we're all going to have some fun. We're going to hang out and watch. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about us and what we're doing, you can always cruise right over to romhackraces.com. That's our website. You could download this patch or any of the other levels that we've raced throughout the 269 nice weeks that we've had. You also, if you please, you could jump on the Discord server and hang out with us off stream. You could grab that ROM Hack Races base ROM for your next ROM hacking project. And if you missed the stats tonight, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I did. You're right. I didn't even say the stats tonight. Wow, I was getting ahead of myself. The stats, as rated by our testers, the important part. The racers know this, testers know this, and now you know it too. Execution tonight, the big 8 out of 10. Complexity tonight, a 6 out of 10. The racers know that there are 2 sections, and they are rated 5 out of 10 for length in both of those sections. The racers have also been warned to be careful because this level's bark is just as tough as its bite. And if you've seen Possibility of an Island, Kona's other hack, it's pretty challenging. So I'm excited to see what this is. It's also kind of a sight read for me on commentary. But here we go. Let's do it. We got Louis, Halcyon, Jank Pickle, and Revelug starting us off, and the scouts will let us know who should rotate in. I hope you're all doing well. Also, I think Trenton, thank you so much for that resub. And I hope you're all doing well. Make some noise. Let's go. It's week 269. It's going to be a nice one. By Storm. Well. What do we have here? Ooh, see. I was getting a little peek at this in the tester channel, and I was so excited to see how this is going to go out. Looks like we've got a little bit of improvisation here. There is, in Kaizo levels, you traditionally are doing one exact, I would call it a through line of motion here, but in this level, we are faced with some tight situations and a little bit of kind of improvisational, random, bouncy moves. 8 out of 10 on the execution tonight for this one. Looks like we're going to be in for something really tough. We got these chain chomps, and they are bouncing. They do be bouncing and chomping like they do. And man, I am really interested to see how these racers deal with this, because this one might be a little bit out of the ordinary for some racers who might be a little bit more used to regimented obstacles with kind of one solution. And here we're going to get to see the racers kind of moving and reacting in the abstract a little bit. The chomps are definitely moving toward you. It would seem that they are, at least those two in the first room. Perhaps some others. Are they? Wait, now I would actually like to know this, because it looks like maybe they're moving towards you. But I actually don't know what the whether or not the chomps are just bouncing around randomly or whether they are actually targeting the player. I can't. These are from, I think we've seen these in Casio before. These are kind of the Casio Mario World chomps, if I'm not mistaken. But here they are kind of in this little enclosed space, and they do follow you. Thank you, Connor. Thank you. So they are tracking Mario's position a little bit, but the bouncing movement makes that kind of hard to anticipate. And the small size of the room here is also kind of not giving anybody a lot of space to move around, and so that's making things a little bit tougher for the racers. There is one thing that they can do to help themselves out. Because the chomps are made out of metal, presumably, or some sort of aluminum alloy, Mario is able to spin jump on the top of their heads. And otherwise, if you land with a regular jump, you will die. But in SMW, we have those two different jumps, regular and spin, and so spins will be a little bit safer on the landing. They will not protect the racers from the baseballs being thrown by the Charging Charles over there. You got Jank Pickle down there in the lower left, Revelug here in the lower right, getting to the chuck as well. So that's kind of premise, kind of set up for this one. And the other thing you might be noticing is we've got these yellow turn blocks on the screen and these purple blocks that can be picked up and grabbed. Obviously, I'm sure most of you know this already. You're Kaizo fans. But for those of you that are learning and would like to learn more, those are grab blocks. You got to grab them with the Y button or the X and then throw them in to get those turn blocks rotating so that they can get out of that first area. Same thing for Revelug here. Now they've got to hit the yellow blocks from below to get the P-switch to fall down, and they want to use that to open the brown block gate, you could say, to the right. We've also got the classic Super Mario Bros. 3 donut blocks. We've seen them in Mario 3, we've seen them in Wonder. Was Mario 3 the first game with donut blocks? I think it was. I think so. But falling platforms are nothing new in Mario. We've got them here too. You all know how they work. When you stand on the donut block for too long, it will shake and fall, and so that makes the floor in this section just a little more difficult. This is an interesting level, I think, for me to commentate, because normally I'm explaining a lot of tech and teaching you about how shell jumps work or how some part of cape tech works or some custom mechanic in here. But this level is, I think I really like what this is. It's something kind of simple and challenging at the same time. There really isn't a lot of tech to explain necessarily, but what you're seeing is really good movement right now. As we go on, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to just shout it out. If you want to learn a little bit more about whatever involved in Kaizo. Revelug, though, nice try trying to get out of there. Looks like the gate right now is the brown blocks and the baseball chuck. Really interesting ways to kind of provide pressure on the player in a small situation. That second chomp is just jumping back and forth at an interval. Yo, Louis Duce in the upper left. Oof. Okay. So normally in races, we're talking about the dichotomy between one-shots and consistency. Whether or not the racers are going to be able to get back to the part they need or whether they're going to one-shot something like I mentioned. This might be a race where consistency matters and one-shots could be huge. Knowledge is going to be really helpful, and all of these obstacles so far that we've seen, pretty self-explanatory right at a glance. There isn't that much for the racers to have to figure out. So, even though the difficulty is very high, so consistency is going to be rewarded, but keep your eyes open because you could see a really clutch moment when a racer gets to a new section, and it only takes one to get more knowledge than the rest of the players or to make a checkpoint clear or something like that. So thanks everybody for vibing with us. I'm loving this this port here. If you're having a good time, post your favorite vibe emote. And if you're here to cheer on your favorite streamers or racers, please feel free to post their emotes in chat too. We talk about the race, it's ROM Hack Races, but it's a fun community event wrapped up as a race. We're definitely here to cheer on everybody and see how we all do in this really tough level. Revelug, look out, getting a little bit. Revelug making some progress in the lower right there. This one's gonna be, I think, a little bit of a grind kind of level. We have some easier ones on ROM Hack Races, we have some hard ones, and we like to let the makers just kind of do what they will. Here goes Louie. Ooh, look out. So tonight's we got a nice comfy grind. I think one of the best ways to package a really difficult level like this is to give it this nice aesthetic space. It's chill, it's not too tough on the eyes, nice comfy music. You know, it keeps you in the zone while you're working on something really challenging. There is a lot. I like that too. It happens on 2 screens. I think that's really cool. I myself have been working with some needle games and precision hacks lately, and it's an interesting show of creative chops to be able to design something that exists on a small amount of space like this. You're doing a lot, but you're barely even moving the camera. That can be really fascinating. Looks like racers are kind of figuring out, yeah. We're getting some consistency, and I think that's what you're going to see start developing here in the next couple of minutes. It's funny because some races have already been won at this point. We're 7 minutes in, and we're working on this here. This is interesting. But the consistency is definitely starting to come out a little bit. You know, the idea being, and maybe this is more of my own philosophy. We'll see how these racers are handling this. But I've always thought, look out for Louie. Oh yeah. Once you open that brown wall of blocks, the chomp in there is free to start chomping around at you. Revelug 2, getting past it. We're watching for racers to get past the wall right now. But you know, in a level like this, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of things that can kind of go south on you or happen in a weird way that you weren't expecting. And I've always thought, this is maybe just me, but I learned this lesson all the way back in like Kaizo 3, Koopa Keep, the Dolphin level. Just go fast, go quick, and try to huck it, as they say, because you spend a lot of time in a level like this trying to duck and dodge and move around and avoid something. Nice job, Louie. When in reality, I don't want to vote of no confidence in these players, but you're probably going to die. Statistically, most of your attempts die somewhere. Revelug trying to change that though. And so, if you just go for it, you waste less time per death. And in a situation like this where you do kind of need some extra tries, that it could be a really valuable play, right? And maybe even in a race situation. Say if it were me, that's what I'd be thinking of right now. I'd be thinking of just like, what is the fastest way that I can do this? And the way you would start, and you could start watching for the racers to kind of do this. I'm seeing this from almost everybody on screen right now, is they're starting to kind of normalize their movements, right? Because the chomps chase you, and because everything is more or less on a cycle, if you move in a consistent way, generally things will work out in a consistent way. The chomps in the first section will always kind of bounce the same way and chase you, and you can start to develop a pattern with that. And the key to, I think, to a level like this and kind of breaking out ahead a little bit is being able to recognize that pattern development quickly enough, and then you figure out what the pattern is and then do it, and then you're off and running. There's a lot of chomp manipulation, and this is interesting because it's a really challenging skill, but it's not something you really typically have seen in a lot of Kaizo. This has been the domain of Casio, and Revelug down in the lower right, getting chomped. Small inches in this one. This is the game of inches. But yeah, this is a kind of a skill, like I said, you don't normally see because Kaizo so often contends itself with very linear obstacles, an ultimate ninja warrior obstacle course of a thing. You go down the slope, you jump up the flagpole, you jump on the block, you run across the water, and all of these 8 racers that we have tonight are needing to use their improvisation to get through this. And so it's kind of breaking. See how I did that? I answered your question there? And it's sort of breaking their flow a little bit. You might be more trained on these kind of single solution obstacles, but now you're tasked with, you have free motion in a small space, but you can move freely and you need to manipulate something. You'll also see this kind of skill This level might favor folks who are a little bit better at disco shell surfing or fishing boo surfing or manipulation. Being able to kind of move where you want them to be. I know this is just like the silliest thing, but when it comes to things that track your motion, all you have to do is know that they're gonna go to where you are and then not be where you are when they go there. It's simple. We got Louis though. Yeah, keep your eyes here. Louis in the upper left. They are getting a little bit more consistently past the brown block wall, and they might be on a tear here. But I'm seeing good moves from just about everybody. It's a little bit tough right now to kind of judge like where a lead is. Like all these racers are kind of at the same point, but with different means and for different reasons sometimes. So after getting through that brown block wall, they are tasked with bopping that chuck on the head, and there is a grab block down below, which they will need to grab. That baseball chuck is throwing baseballs at them before they clear the wall, then they go through. Now they got to get the grab block out from under that chuck, and they have to do that while the two chomps are chomping, because they're not going to stop. That's just the thing they do. They are chomping. Now, something else to mention, the baseballs. They're a neat sprite, and I like them a lot because they're like a quarter of a block, right? Like you could like tile like 4x4 baseballs would equal like one block or whatever. They're smaller than a square, and they are, I'm sure, again, most of you probably know this, but for those that don't, baseballs cannot be spin jumped on. They can't be regular jumped on. Mario is deathly allergic to baseballs, and they will kill him immediately. I'm sure a lot of folks already understand these kinds of concepts in Kaizo. You already know what a baseball chuck is and a grab block and such. Look out, Louis Duce in the upper left. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. And that's a little bit of knowledge though. Louis has learned what comes after they get through that second grab block or turn block gate. And it's scary looking. But now here's the time for consistency. Oh my word. And Louis, yeah, this is great. This is great. So Louis has figured out a really cool strat, and that brain power, rather than necessarily the progress that they are ahead in progress, but that brain power is gonna serve them so well. Really sharp strat from Louis on that one. What they're doing, yeah, they're stealing the block from underneath the chuck. So the baseball chuck jumps, but just like a clapping chuck, the baseball chuck will jump when you jump. And so instead of trying to bop the chuck and get the block that way, instead Louis is just sneaking underneath and grabbing it. And that's a really, really, really smart strat because it reduces the number of inputs, it reduces the points of failure. Now you don't have to bop the chuck and get it running around and being all mad at you in there. You don't want to deal with that, right? You got an angry chuck and two chomps coming at you. That's a rough situation. So by doing it Louis' way, yeah, keep your eyes on the upper left because they've got that part pretty much solved, and they're going to be moving on here. That is a really smart play. It just keeps the chuck from moving. The chuck isn't going to run at you until you bop it on the head. If you don't do that, he's just going to hang out and throw baseballs. So yeah, here we go. Oh, what a trick. Oh, I see your trick there, Kona. Aha, Louis needs to get up here with that shell jump. There's the, oh! Oh, got him. Well, you know, in Kaizo, sometimes you eat the chomp and sometimes the chomp chomps you. You are seeing some of the best players on earth here take this on, so I think we'll be all right. That was funny. That was funny. I didn't know that was coming up either. But there's a little trick that Kona's got for the racers in here. Louis here in the upper left. Yeah, look at this consistency. So this is a shell. A green shell will normally stop after you stomp on it once. But this shell is green, and it's the Paracupa shell, and it won't stop until you bop it twice. And Louis looking for that checkpoint. They got it. They got it. All right, that's an H for Louis. Upper left, very good stuff. Very responsible length for this checkpoint section. It's challenging, but it's just a little bit, you know? Dare I say a little bite-sized. So we got the big Casio chomps now, and they lurge, and they are very quick, and they will chase Mario. Fortunately for Mario, they can't chase him through that one tile gap. So as long as Louie manages to get underneath the chuck gate there, they are safe from the large chomp, but not safe from the small ones. That chuck gate's another pretty common thing in Kaizo, I'm sure. A lot of people are familiar with, but if you're not, we're seeing the baseball chuck, right? And you know the baseball chuck jumps. Clapping chuck, he doesn't even throw baseballs. All he does is jump. And so you just want to time your jump to get the chuck to jump when you jump. And there is a way to always tell, but I forget because I've never needed to use this information for so long that I've just forgot. The chuck will jump if you are in the air above the chuck at a certain distance and the chuck's hands are either up or down. It's one of those two. I mean, there's only two things you could be. You could either be up or down, but it's one of them. And I don't know which one. Is it hands down? Thank you, Fen. The chuck will jump when the hands are down. So, yeah, about 2 blocks high when the hands are down. I knew it was one. It's like always either up or down. It's down. And I guess you could remember that by, like, he's, like, gonna punch the ground to, like, launch himself up in the air. That's how he jumps. He punches the ground. It's a good way to remember that. But yeah, what you want to do is be 2 blocks above him, up to the left there, while his hands are down. And that will guarantee he jumps when you want him to, and you'll get through it that way. You see a lot of those in Kaizo, famously invented by none other than T. Takamoto in the first level of Kaizo 1. The year was 2007. Louie, no stranger to these chuck gates. He knows exactly where the hands ought to be. So we gotta bust open the yellow turn blocks up there on the top, and that's gonna free the little teeny tiny chomp that's stuck in little chomp jail up there. And we're gonna need that chomp presumably to cross some other obstacle. But Louie's got to work with the sort of weird bounces of the small chomps and also the super weird bounces of the footballs being kicked by yonder footballsman. I really like the composition here. Kono, this is really fantastic, using both the chomps and all of the charging chucks, right? You got the baseball, you got the clapping one, all the sportsmen are coming out for this, and I really like that. That's good. Just nice thematic composition, you know what I mean? I give that a good KLDC score. But don't count out any of these other racers even. Louis Duce taking some time here, but Halcyon, Jank Pickle, Revelug, or any of the other friends we've got, because there are 4 more also racing. For what it's worth, too, I'm sure you probably know, but these races are open to anyone who wants to participate. And you, that's right, you could sign up on romhackraces.com to let us know you want to play. And we'll be glad to watch your stream and put you on the race every Saturday. Louis, with this good progress, yeah. Pretty self-explanatory obstacle, but really gotta kind of fight and improvise to make it work, because the bounces of those footballs especially can be a little bit, shall we say, erratic. It's just like me for real, but sometimes also not helpful, you know? So Louis doesn't even really have to bounce on the football in order to open those turn blocks. He just kind of has to contend with them. Yo, let's call up the Nintendo Power Hotline and talk to Roke Games over here in the upper right. See how they're doing. Thanks for that, scouts. Always vigilant. Our scouts are letting us know that they're close. They might be getting progress, and we try not to miss clears around here. So bringing Roke in, see how they're doing. Ooh, I think I see. I think Roke might be going for the same strat that Louis was going for. I'm seeing some different approaches. There are some people kind of trying to stomp on the baseball chuck and get him out that way. Stomp on a chuck 3 times and he's toast. Whoa, wait a minute, Revelug, what the, huh? What the? He despawned it. That was weird. I don't know how that, I don't even see how that happened. Looks like Revela managed to despawn the baseball chuck somehow. A clever strat, really. That's got me thinking, man. That'd be a really cool level idea, actually. I bet somebody's kind of done it, but like a level where like the puzzle is you have to figure out how to despawn the enemy that's in your way. Like there's something you can't kill it, you can't move it or whatever, and you have to like make extra sprites. I'm sure we've seen that in puzzle levels before, right? Surely. I have a little trick ending like that in Subcon with the hawk mouth that unspawns when you come into the room. And whoa, look out! Hold up, Louie. Where are you at, Louie? In the upper left. Oh, we got the chuck. We got the charging chuck. All right, yeah, the one chuck we haven't seen yet. What a read from Louie. They've got the P-switch in their hand. That's big knowledge, though. And they know that now they know what's coming up. Yeah, Tatsujin Takumi Tech, yeah. Between like Takumi, the Jump series, and like the works of Jibri's and Morsel, there's just like all things are contained, you know? Universe in a nutshell, yeah. Takumi Jump Team is really just the Simpsons did it of Kaizo. Maybe throw Item Abuse 3 in there just for good measure. But Louis Duce now, check the upper right, trying to get back to the part they need to be on. Meanwhile, Roke, Jank Pickle, Revelug, doing really well with this first section. This is a big one, big and small at the same time. It's a big small one. It's not a small big one. Yo, nicely done. Okay, I see how that worked, Revelug. Okay, never mind. Excuse me, I saw their trick this time. I was watching. They let the chuck run forward and just into the pit that they created. That's a pretty sharp strat. This level really borders up on, you know, similar design, like modernized design philosophies from something like, and I mean this endearingly, Hyper 6, or some of the old vanilla gauntlet type of hacks. Only instead of being, shall we say, a little messy in those cases and kind of old school vanilla, instead it takes that hectic spirit and it gives you a well-crafted, precision executed version of that idea. It doesn't have the mess anymore. It's just clean and supposed to be this way. Louis Duce, look out in the upper left. We're back. We got a run. We got the charging chuck. He's gonna break those yellow turn blocks to get us through. Two chomps coming after our hero here. Run the gauntlet. Yo, big inspiration. Absolutely. I love to see that. Hold up. Oh, we're gonna say I would love to see Louis getting some progress here. But yeah, this kind of, these new ideas, well, you know, to say, well, Kaizo doesn't really work this way, but this level does. This hybridization and these new ideas are gonna keep taking us into more and more exciting futures. This is the future we like for Kaizo. New stuff. Can't all just be the, you know, the formulaic Kaizo 1 type of thing forever, you know? We gotta keep re-synthesizing, bring old ideas back with modern tech, make them new, bring old ideas, update them with modern philosophies and stuff. This is really cool. Really am enjoying this level tonight. This is one that I would very much also like to. I didn't get a chance to test this one this week. I was preoccupied, but this is a level that I would very much enjoy playing myself. I really personally enjoy this kind of improvisation. I'm searching for a better word for it, but I think improvisation fits. You're not just doing obstacles, you're really like acting in a situation. Revelug, look out in the lower right. Oh, they can see that H. Oh, don't get hasty there. So it looks like some strats are kind of crystallizing here for some racers. Definitely, yeah, Roke getting the idea. It's all about how you deal with that chuck, and that's what I said, that Louis' really brainy strat of just not hitting the chuck in the first place, that I think really has made the difference for them tonight, because they've gotten through a lot faster. And that's the interesting thing about Kaizo too, especially in this kind of environment where there are multiple things you could do, is sometimes you can come up with that really clever strat, and that'll get you out of there quick. Yeah, once you're done watching TJB's run of Run the Gauntlet, you can watch TJB's run of anything else. He's got a whole TikTok and YouTube full of videos. TJB is very, very, very good. This level is really. Oh, wait, hold up, Louis. With a run, maybe Louis. Okay. This level's making me realize that I still have to go back and beat one level from Possibility of an Island. It's the one I was fearing. It's the scary one, the input block level. If you like this and you want to play some more stuff from Kona, I really recommend Possibility of an Island. I don't know if I've ever even gotten to say to you personally, but those shell levels in that hack were amazing. You really did some incredible stuff with forced forward drops and some really tight maneuvering. I love those shell levels. Fantastic. Oh, okay, Revelug. I see what you're doing. Yeah. But that input block level, where you either must or must not be holding the right button to get through the block, those levels scare me, man. I'll do them. I'll beat them. I'm tough, but man, those scare me. Maybe it's because I play on like actual Super Nintendo D-pad. I'm just like ghosting inputs is kind of my middle name. Man, that one I've been like, oh, I'll do it later. I think this is just a really good blend of elements. This is a heck of a situation for sure, but it's Price is Right rules. It's just enough without going over, right? You know, could you imagine if also you were dealing with a Boo Swarm or Revelug in the lower right, if they had to deal with Fire or Bullet Bills right now or something too? Whoa, Revelug, nice moves. Oh, spoke too soon. Sorry, Roke. Also, but you know, it's very easy to kind of too many cooks a level like this into oblivion, out of the universe, into the realm of being ridiculous, and this one just keeps it under. The player has enough agency to move around. They have enough agency to look and react. And if you're thinking, you know, what is too hard? Think in terms of agency. How much agency does your player have? Do they have to jump exactly right here at exactly the right moment? I've been working with a fish swarm surfing level where you're bouncing on a swarm of fish all the time, and I've run up against that same sort of thing. I can't restrict their movements too much if I am also requiring them to land on a specific fish at a specific time at a specific moment. Oh, I saw that Revelug. I saw that little shell jump. I think they were trying to be a little hasty with that. Gotta figure too, as the racers get closer to that green shell obstacle, the nerves go up a little bit. But yeah, take a look to compare different strats for this chuck part at the beginning to get that grab block out from under. I think Revelug's is getting pretty effective. The more they're working with this, the more it's really starting to show how much it pays off. The trick is that they're getting the chomps out of the equation, right? It's a challenging thing to have to deal with all of those elements at the same time. So even in like vanilla gauntlet levels, right, the idea is just like try to isolate things, try to lead the chuck away from everything else, and then kill that before you move on and deal with something else. Revelug, here we go. Oh! Maybe they should be hasty after all, because they avoided that troll by the chomp of their teeth. They did. They avoided it, and that's an H, so Revelug gonna be moving on. Revelug and Louie right now, upper left and lower right. Roke and Jank Pickle still doing great work on the first section. Oh, yo, too, I want to point out, I wanted to mention this. Louie, hold up, though. Louie in the upper left. Let's see what they got. So now it's up to either Louie's consistency or Revelug's amazing one-shots. But with a turn-back P-switch drop like that from Louie, I don't know, man. Okay, well, now Louie knows what they want. They want to get that P-switch active, and then they want to hang out and survive in that area while they're waiting for it to expire so that they can make their way all the way through. But they do, there's some big chompers in there. Some big chompers. But I wanted to mention, we're hanging out here, we're looking for Jank Pickle in the lower left, and I wanted to say a big ROM Hack Races congratulations to Jank. They got their Super Mario Wonder any % run accepted into GDQ. Wow, that's amazing. And it's going to be on Friday. And wow, I guess I'm also going to be on the couch, and that's kind of cool too. But really, it's Jank Pickle's run, and they worked really hard for it. And I know they've been practicing their butt off, and so I hope you all will tune in for that. It's going to be a great little Piranha Parade. Oh, y'all are fun. This is a really fun level. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Thanks for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday. You can always learn more over on the website, romhackraces.com. How are you feeling, chat? You feeling fun and chompy like these chomps? This is like Mallow the cat every morning. When I wake up, he was like him this morning. He was so zoomy. He's got the zoomy chomps. Nothing you can do about it, you know? You just gotta dodge from room to room. Chain chomps are basically like coded as like dogs, right? You know, but what if there were cat chomps too, like the cat Goombas? Remember them from Mario 3D World? Was that a thing? Were there cat chomps? When or in Bowser's Fury when everything was a cat for a brief period. Look out for Louie, they are getting more consistent. Yeah, moment to moment. They're getting a little more consistent. You know what? I'm just gonna go on a limb, but this is a really fun level, and I think the racers are enjoying this too. Maybe it's weird to say, but it just looks like they're having fun. I'm just watching like Revelug and Jank and Roke and Louie, and just like they're just playing like they look like they're having fun. You can just kind of read the body language. I don't know. Louie, here we go though. Back to the survival section. Yeah. So this is an interesting conundrum that Louie is faced with. They need to drop the P-switch, right? And then they need to get over to the right-hand side because they have to take away some coins. Behind those coins are some brown blocks, and then they have to wait for the P-switch to run out, right? So they've also got those gray falling platforms that are hanging out there. And when you land on a platform, it breaks your spin, right? Now you're standing on the ground, so obviously you're not spinning anymore. Well, if you're not spinning, then the chomps are going to get you. So the platforms, on the one hand, are kind of a safe spot, but on the other hand, they're also kind of an obstacle, because you sort of have to move in such a way that you avoid breaking your spin at the moment a chomp is nearby to chomp you. Lovely tunes here, keeping everybody comfy. What's up, Halcyon in the lower left? Welcome back. The ROM Hack Race Luminary returns. This is fun, man. I like this level. I really like this one. Great stuff. That was also, I think, Halcyon getting to that green shell. I think I saw that flash of green out of the corner of my eye. If anybody has any questions or anything, don't be a stranger, feel free to shout it out. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Kaizo, ROM hacks, SMW, if you'd like to learn how Louis Duce might be about to... No, sorry. So, very cool survival section, and we're not guaranteed that that's the end, but if I were racing right now, given the pacing of the first section, I would be thinking that the goal would be slightly beyond that. And remember, too, that the racers know that each section is marked 5 out of 10 for length. They do already know that ahead of time. Thank you so much for the raid, Presinator. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well tonight. Thank you for coming out. Thanks for playing with us. Halcyon, maybe? All right, they've got the same... Oh, whoops. Halcyon had the same idea about dropping that Chuck in the pit. Unfortunately, the Chuck respawned. Whoops. Kaizo has meditation. This really does make me really just appreciate, almost nostalgic for all the things about like gauntlet style and vanilla style kind of stuff like this. It makes me like nostalgic. Like I want to go, like dare I say I want to play Hyper 6 again or something, or play another gauntlet hack. This is such an interesting like distillation. Like this isn't a vanilla gauntlet type of thing. It's a Kaizo level, but it is. It's like synthetic gauntlet, you know? Like, not to say it's like cheap or whatever, but it's like lab grown. It's like the Impossible Whopper of vanilla gauntlet levels. You know what I mean? That's what this is. It's an Impossible Whopper. That's exactly what this is. Great attempt, so thank you. Thanks for racing. Hey, can we get some hearts in chat for all the racers? Anybody who comes out and plays, anyone who gives it their all in Kaizo, that absolutely deserves 3 cheers. Yeah, Doc, this is a very fusion kind of thing. Yeah, this is an Impossible Whopper jazz fusion. And Halcyon, trying for the impossible. Man, that's rough. That one's rough. Can happen. Happens to the best of us. Whiff a shell jump just a little bit. They just have to grab that green shell at the end and then shell jump off the wall to get out of here. Can happen. Look out, Louis Duce is back on a run. They have a new strat, I see. But that might be tough to get it to work. Bouncing on those big chomps isn't as easy as it might seem because they move so quickly and they adjust their position very quickly. They're just, notice how they're always just skate left, right, left, right, left, right. That's because they, as soon as they're on the opposite side of Mario, they're gonna flip right around and come back to you. It's the same thing that the Disco Shell does, or the Fishing Boo, heck, even the Charging Chuck tries to run right at you. But nothing does it quite as quickly or adjusts its position immediately. But consistency is what they're gonna need here, Louis. Yeah, we'll see. This is the part where I'm interested to see how this plays out, because Louis, depending on what strats the racers were to commit to at the survival section, that is gonna kind of determine, like, is this gonna make it easier or harder on them? I think this really, at its core, this level is sort of a battle of strats, really. We saw Louis get through with the brain strat for the baseball chuck in the first half, and now it seems like they're trying a little thing where they're gonna try to hang out on the big chomp with some spin jumps. That'll work, but it seems like a risk. It seems like maybe the play is to, if it were me, I'm getting into this level from a gameplay perspective. Yeah, it's a little bit of a routing challenge. To me, I usually try to stay super impartial, but there's like strats to discuss here. To me, it almost seems, if it were me, I would try to wait out the gray platforms. I would try to stand on each gray platform and do maximum height jumps in order to spend the most time dropping the platforms, and meanwhile just try to avoid the chomps. Why? Because the platforms are stationary targets, right? It's going to be harder to aim and land on a moving target like that giant chomp. And there's a lot of platforms scattered around. But we will see. That you could get it with another method. That'd be my go-to. Perhaps the racers know of a reason why that is ineffective yet. Yeah, definitely on the consistency side, Louis is really blasting through here. Yeah, they need, this is exactly it. They need runs that get here. Louis in the upper left, yeah, here where they are. They need, whatever they're doing, whatever strategy they're working out for that survival part, they have to get there over and over again. And that's the value of consistency, right? When I say consistency in one-shots, that's what I'm talking about. Louis just needs try after try at that to get through. Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe they only need one more, but they have to keep getting there. So the more time they spend between attempts that actually make it, they're losing potential progress to somebody else. You know, in some races we've had recently, it's almost seemed like the like I find myself saying, look out for Halcyon, lower left. Nice, Halcyon! Let's go. Well played. And they dodged the big old chomp guy. Very good. That's an H. But in some of these levels, you know, I've kind of been saying in past weeks, like, geez, it seems like a 6 out of 10 just isn't what it used to be. All the racers got a little better, you know, and like a 6 or, you know, maybe even 7 out of 10 isn't as fearsome as it once was. This level is an 8 out of 10 execution. This is what is meant by that, and the racers are playing this like an 8 out of 10 execution, and I think that's cool. I think that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, here's a real hard one for a change. Y'all are really good, so you've gotten a little pass on some of the hard stuff, but now it's time to really play an 8 out of 10 execution. Good luck, Roke. Sorry if I missed their clear. I got hit with a commercial break on their end. Meanwhile, too, Revelug definitely getting some deeper runs in here, and pretty soon Revelug is going to catch up to the point where Louis has been. Revelug is also going to be getting deeper runs to the survival section. Nice strats, really, from Revelug in that football chuck part. Just trying to stay on the chomps. Sometimes I would recommend that kind of aggressive, a good offense is a good defense kind of thing. How do I avoid landing on the dangerous thing? Uh-oh, I have to watch out for it. Aim for its head. That's the one place you know you're gonna be absolutely safe if you hit it, you know? Like, just aim for its head and then you'll be fine. Halcyon, wow. That's great stuff. So Halcyon has managed to get to the survival section. That's impressive, really. We could see the upset. This is why no lead is safe in this type of sight reading environment, because one-shots can really screw things up for players who are relying on consistency a little more. Of course, it could be anybody's game. I don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to imply that like some racers are bad. It's not the case. Comparing, contrasting. Louis with that very nice clean P-switch drop to get in there. Oh, they lured the Chuck into the survival room too, did they? All right, Louis making some moves here. They've got to clear those coins before the time expires. They're through. Oh man, 4 chomps. 4. 4. That's too many chomps, man. I'm seeing double. Louis Duce in too many chomps. Too many chomps, too many chomps, too many chomps. You know, come on, you know the song. Are y'all having a good night? Are you feeling comfy? Thanks for spending it with us here. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. If there's anything I could do for you, please let me know. There's only so much like tech explanation I can give on this level. If you missed something or you want to learn a little more, feel free to reach out. But I feel like everybody's got a pretty good handle on how this level works now. We're just getting to see a lot of different approaches, which I think it makes for an interesting race. Cause like at first I was just like, oh, it's just like a parody of a sitcom. They're a family and their name is Cook and there's too many of them. Oh, okay, like I get it. And then it just kept going and I was just like, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, Louis Duce with the strats. Yeah, what a smart play. The gray platforms, here we go. Louis in the upper left. Gray platforms unspawn. Wow! That's so many chomps. And Halcyon, man. Dude, this could be the upset though. Louis Duce has been kind of consistently out ahead for a little while, but Halcyon and Revelug are just chomping at their heels here. I'm trying to work in all the chomp puns I can. I'm ripping through these. That's a lot of big chomps, really. This is like a zoo for them, or maybe their natural habitat. Do you think they hang out in groups? Are chomps social creatures? Who will be the champion? Only time will tell. Whoa, yeah, there it is, Revelug. They have gotten just about as far as Louis. And both, I think, Revelug and Halcyon are in a position where they could one-shot it. They've got the same information. They know what needs to be done. This really is. This is the classic consistency versus one-shots. Here's Louis' try. Upper left-hand corner. Nah, Muncher ceiling. I think they're called a chain of chomps, right? Like a chain gang. A Nash. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, I like that. Not a murder of chomps. This is kind of a murder of chomps. I'll be real, because there's no need to lie. Chain chomps, I think, are some of my favorite Mario enemies. They always have been. Like, ever since I was a kid. I just think they're kind of cute and kind of fun, you know? Kind of wild. I like them like that. Like that for them. Louis here, back again. Tell a friend. Ah! Muncher ceiling, though. I like abrasive chomps, too. That's a good one. Y'all are good at naming groups of things. It's like that Mitch Hedberg, like, I want to get a job naming kitchen appliances. That seems easy. Toaster, refrigerator, blender. You just take what the thing does, and then you add Like, what's this thing do? It keeps stuff fresh. Well, that's a fresher. I'm going on break. Louis. Yeah, they're leaving the chuck in here. Yeah, they're like letting the chuck go into that spot so that they have a little backup bounce. Whew, we'll see. Those chomps are unpredictable, man. Like the wild winds of the sea. Oh, I'm ready for chomp surfing. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna try to bring fish surfing back. How are you doing tonight, chat? Maybe Louis will be doing well after they get this clear. Tricky chomps. Really tough level tonight, but honestly, we've even on tough levels, we've had some quick clears and some good stuff. So I actually think we're kind of due. Personally, I think we're a little due. I think even the best players have been having an easier time with some of these tough levels, and I actually like that we got the heat tonight. Roke. No. I was watching Louis there. Oh, so close though. We're close all around. Revelug. Ah, they're thinking they're gonna bring the P-switch. Interesting. That is true also. If you're hanging out in chat and you're interested in this kind of thing, but you're thinking to yourself like, wow, this looks way too hard. Like, I don't know if I could do this. Don't worry. We do have easier, like substantially easier levels, much more accessible stuff week to week. You know, we'd like to let the makers make their dream. You know, makers bring individual styles to the table, and some makers specialize in this or that. So it changes week to week. You can always follow along on the ROM Hack Races Discord, and we always announce the difficulty for tonight's level ahead of time, so that you can kind of know what you're getting yourself into and make an informed decision. But yeah, tonight's I think is definitely one of the tougher ones we've had. Even lately, honestly, even with that large collab level, I think in a way this is tougher than that. That one was tech and brain. This one is kind of brawn. This is like just a real like hardcore fundamentals type of level. A lot of people always ask Louis in the upper left here. Hold up, let's see what they got. You know, as a streamer, as a player, a lot of people are always like, you know, how do I get better at Kaizo? What do I practice? And I always like to stress fundamentals. Moving and operating the character should be your number one. And this level is a really good example of why. You're not always going to be able to rely on the obstacle structure in Kaizo to tell you what to do, right? You know, when the obstacles are very linear, have that linear through line of motion, you just listen and do what it says. And it's challenging, sure, but there's always a guide. It always says, do this. Louis trying to do this and get out of here. Ah! Man. There it is. Yo, excuse me. I was watching Louis go for that end, and there's an H for Roke. Very good. Very good. They got denied, and they got right back there. GG. Let's go. They're still in the running. We are looking for a first already tonight. 55 minutes. This is a tough one. This is an 8, man. This is a good one. Y'all were due. Racers, I don't mean to be cruel, but y'all were due for a tough one. We were due here. But you know, people always just like, how do you get better? And it's like fundamentals. you're not gonna, I don't know, sorry, I already made my point. I had something else I wanted to mention, but I forgot what it was. But here's the level that doesn't tell you exactly what to do. And so if you're just very good at moving Mario around, you can react quickly and precisely. You might have a little bit of an advantage over someone who has practiced strictly formulaic things. So those gray platforms respawn once they get off screen. And Louis, yeah, smartly, Louis in the upper left is using that. Whew! That is the smart play, though. Louis consistently braining this one. Respawning those gray platforms. You go all the way to the right, and then the ones that fell, since they're off screen enough, they will respawn back in. But that is a lot of chomps at the end there. A lot of chomps. Is there something special or funky about gray platforms that makes them respawn quicker? They respawn basically right at the edge of the screen. That's interesting. Oh, Louis, stream hitting the loading bar at a very critical moment. What happened? Oh no. Oh, okay, Louis, all right, we're back. Louis, sorry, hit a little hiccup on the stream. Louis still alive in the upper left. Man, oh man. How are you all feeling too? I wanted to make sure I asked. You know, I hope your weekend's going well. Feeling comfy, you and your pets and everybody. Oh, that sounds rough. What's the average length of a ROM hack race? We schedule 2 hours for the broadcasts on the whole to kind of get everybody through. Sometimes we go into overtime, but since we're all volunteers doing this, that depends on life schedules. Usually we have a clear in under an hour, but this is a bit of a tougher one, so not yet. But usually we have our podium in our first podium, the top 3, and then the next top 3. But yeah, we usually have that in under an hour, let's say 45 minutes. This one in particular is very challenging, and as such, we don't have any clears yet. We try to kind of craft the races. I mean, one thing I'm asking as a tester generally is a large swath of people going to be able to get through this? Are most of the racers going to reasonably able to deal with this in 2-ish hours? So that's kind of a not really like a hard limit, but a sort of a practicality. That's true too. Yeah, we've also had races that have ended, you know, someone won in 1 or 2 tries. We had our first one shot just recently. We've had done these for 269 weeks, and we had our very first deathless one shot and like 1 death on a level just recently. So sometimes they can go kind of quick, sometimes they go fast. But this one's definitely a grinder. Definitely a bit of a just a kind of a relax, pace yourself. I thought it was TJB. Was it both of them? I thought Flips got the 1 death and TJB got the no death. Both impressive. Oh, okay, I was backwards. Flips got the no death. TJB died once. Fruit Dealer would be a bit much for ROM Hack Races, that is true. Louis. Alright, we're back in Chomp Zone. Louis's got the chomp. The chomp zone. Oh, that's what's in the box. I was really curious what that was gonna be. Revelug, maybe with their chance. Oh my word, hanging in there. Revelug, what the, woof. Whoa, man. So, the mystery is revealed. I was really curious. You know, I was gonna guess that was gonna be a key. I didn't know for sure, but that is a superstar. And so now I think it's pretty obvious what's about to happen after that. Yeah, I was gonna bet on key. Maybe shell. We gotta jump up, superstar. Jump, come on, it's not far. Gotta jump up and your cares will be a car. You know that jumping is a star. No one else could jump as many stars. Let's jump the star. Get ready to star. Louis Duce getting ready to star in Louis Duce clears the level. Oh, never mind. They got recast. Netflix canceled it. Oh. Oh no. Oh, oh no, Revelug. I think we've had some. I think Twitch is kind of being its namesake today. Oh no! Oh no! Did we lose Revelug? Oh no! Well, we hope they're all right. Maybe the chomp got him. Oh, or maybe they just have to reload. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, this is by storm. The level in Casio was by fire. Louis. Riders on the chomps. To this world we stomp. Oh yeah. Louis in the upper left. Can they make it? Yeah! Let me get your best in the chat. And that's a win, a nice sight read on that ending there. Good job, 104-54 from Louis Duce. Good work here. That was awesome. Fun ending. Very fun ending. I think that threw them for a loop for a second that they were spin jumping on the chomps, but they were still superstar powered up. They had to jump up, superstar. We're bringing in Jank Pickle here in the upper left. Roke Games in the upper right. Halcyon in the lower left. Revelug in the lower right. They're back. The chomps didn't get them after all. Very cool level tonight. Yo, yeah, put your favorite racers emotes up if you're here to cheer somebody on. If you need some more Kaizo in your life, I highly recommend going and following the racers. If you see somebody do something cool on the broadcast, you know, go say hey on their own channel, give them a follow. Actually, all the VODs are on YouTube. You can go and check out our YouTube. We do export the VODs on YouTube. And yeah, it's the level by Shovda. that we had recently, and you can go watch it right there. Yo, Jank. Jank Pickle, though, getting to the green shell in the first section. That's good progress. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that. It's very informative. Go through a lot of history and pinball very quickly. Keep playing. That's my advice. Keep playing pinball. Just pass on Guns N' Roses. I don't mean to gripe, but I'm really tired of playing Guns N' Roses. Jersey Jack Guns N' Roses, man. Imagine getting a 500,000 point jackpot on a 7-ball multi-ball. Seems a little weird. Yo, look out for Halcyon. They got the strats here. Okay, yeah, so a lot of racers, Halcyon, I think, and Revelug, bringing the P-switch all the way to the end of that section and then activating it. Whereas Louis would activate it at the beginning. Either way seems to work, but you kind of want to get it started as soon as possible, so you have to hang out there for the least amount of time. In Halcyon and Revelug's case, they're going to take the switch all the way over there, then get it started, then start surviving, right? You're late on that a little bit, and I don't know. I mean, it'll work, but it might be a little bit more challenging that way. Oh. Well, thanks for helping. Really would like to give shout-outs while we're hanging here. You get to hear my silly voice saying dumb things, but really, Fen is back here doing the restream, making sure to click the buttons and make sure everything looks all nice. Doc, Fen, and Starlord are watching all the racers and scouting for us, and this level was tested throughout the week by Sulfur X, RB Pimlico, McBrillionaire, Mars, Gossip Greg, and You Fail Me. And we really appreciate that. Just wanted to give good credit for everybody. Also, of course, to Ampersand, who made the ROM Hack Races base ROM for us all, and Kelgan, who always does really great work with the bot and keeping things in the tech department clean and tidy. I am not seeing their name, Bunker Games 82. I'm not seeing their name on the sign-up list. They might have forgot to sign up, which is fine. It's less of an official thing and more of just so we know who's racing and who to watch. Revelug, yeah. Kind of a difficult strat. Here goes Halcyon. Yeah, Revelug is kind of, by backtracking the way they do. Halcyon, oh my gosh, in the lower right, left. Man. But yeah, Revelug, by backtracking there, they're wasting a little bit of time and they're using up some of those gray platforms. And so by the time they got all the way back to the left, now they're tasked with surfing on the chomp all the way back to the right. And that's a tough prospect. Okay, Revelug. Yeah, Revelug in the lower right here. Yeah, this is a little bit, yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Good luck on that. Hey, yo, we got him up here. Bunker Games 82. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for racing with us. Hey, thanks, yo. See, check that out. Behind the scenes, friends and staff really coming in clutch for us all. We owe them a big thank you. Here's Halcyon in the lower left. Yeah, okay, so they're getting smart with what they're doing. Yeah, Halcyon here getting really smart. Ooh, Halcyon. Oh, no! Oh, that chomp just wanted to come and visit and say a little hello there. Yo, I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Bunker Games on the second half of this level. Very cool. Very cool stuff. Oh, they got a different strat for that chuck gate, huh? They're just bopping the chuck on the head of the chuck. Yeah, they're not. That's a good thing. That works. That's a pretty good strat, honestly. That works. Yeah, you could just jump under the chuck gate, or you could just bob him on the head, and then he just turns into a regular chuck and runs away. Hey, cool. That definitely works. I like it. A little bit out of the box on that one. And not like that cool creative show from 90s PBS. Remember that one? Out of the box, out of the box. That was their theme song. It was written by the guy that did the Hot Pockets song. You know, Hot Pocket. Out of the box. Come on, somebody, you remember 90s PBS? Or maybe you'd rather come on and zoom? Come on and zoom? Whatever floats your boat. It was a box, and there was cool stuff that came out of it, and you had crafts, and it was a fun time for everyone. Apparently some of you grew up with satellite TV. I'm also being silly. We're all sort of out of it here. Except for the racers, they're doing great. Halcyon, very much in it right now. They've got the strat. They are working out a strat for this, yeah. Remember before how I said, like, consistent movement creates consistent patterns? Halcyon is doing very well with that particular aspect. They're going quickly. They seem to be prioritizing strats that move quickly and don't just duck and dodge around all the time. You know, even if you're gonna die, it's like, yeah, you will once or twice. Or in maybe a dolphin surfing or a fish surfing kind of level. Go for it. Don't just hang around because you're just eating up time. Go for it and either make it or try again. You're gonna be better in the long run. Yep, this is really paying off here. Halcyon, yeah, this is really paying off. We might see a clear from Halcyon pretty soon. They are in a great position right now. They have a formula for this. They know what they want here. Revelug also really scraping by here, doing well, but their strat's got me worried a little bit. Their strat it's got me worried. I hope they can make it. I feel like this is like piranha plants on parade, except for it's the chomp. We do need a chomp song. I would like a chomp song. I bet they would do kind of a metal song. Revelug, let's go. Okay, I see what Revelug. All right, they've worked out their strat a little bit. Yeah, everyone is starting to use strats that prioritize saving the gray platforms. Oh man, I saw that try, Halcyon. I saw that. Halcyon knew they needed to land. They jumped on the gray platform. They knew they needed to land on it again or they were going to die, so they tried to do that and almost caught up with it. That was good. I saw that. I saw that. But yeah, everyone's starting to use. We saw Louis try a little bit to like try a strat where they would surf on the chomp in order to get back there, and that's just kind of not. It's viable, but it's really awkward. And it's not because the level is badly designed, it's because those chomps move in a way that makes that very awkward. They're so quick, and they bounce very high, with the muncher ceiling as low as it is, too. It's just not practical, RTA practical, to try to do it that way. So racers are realizing they want to save those gray platforms and do that only. Okay, alright, Revelug. Okay, Revelug. Whoa, quick reactions here. Man, jeez, wow, they reacted so quickly to that P-switch running out. That was awesome. But that is a little bit of progress. This is one you gotta be ready for, because I really feel like at a certain point, Halcyon, Revelug, one of these racers is just gonna bust through, right? All they have to do is get this strat to work once, you know, and they know what they're trying for. It's not like there's a lot of figuring out they have to do, but here's that consistency. Yeah, this is what's gonna win this. Revelug is just so consistently getting back here, and they're using those spins. Man, this movement, dude, Revelug. What the Revelug? Dude, movements. That was amazing. Some of these dodges in that chomp survival section are just outrageous, and not the special zone level from vanilla SMW, although that is a good level. Yeah, that was some absolutely outrageous movement there. And they're back, man. Every time I look down at Revelug's screen, they are right back here. They're getting here over and over again. This is exactly what you need. Yeah, here it is, though. Here it is. Yeah, please, I want to reiterate that point from Fen. Don't be fooled into thinking like, oh, someone's just bad. These players are bad. This is an impossibly challenging level, and to be at this point at all is very skilled. You're watching very skilled players compete against other very skilled players. Yep. Yeah, Revelug's really just got this locked in right now. Yeah, and they move in such a way that they kind of consistently spawn the two big chomps, and that is also helping them out. Oh, even a little bit of surfing. Don't get cocky though, Revelug. That's good though, man. They've really got that movement, dude. Jeez. They know it, man. Revelug knows this. This is just gonna let them get so dangerous on this final part. Once again. Still two. Also, we got Roke, we got Bunker Games, 82 up here. Everybody working hard. No slouches in the bunch. I do think Bunker might be wasting their time a little bit with that Chuck bop. It adds a little bit of, it does work and it gets them through there, but it does add a little bit of, it adds extra points of failure. And I don't mean like they're bad, but just when you're thinking about strats, sometimes the thing to do is to prioritize the strats with the fewest inputs, right? The fewest actions, because that's something else for you to screw up, maybe. So in the case of the chuck there, they could be doing the chuck gate and going right under the chuck, but by bopping it, now they're adding in a little moment of confusion where they have to kind of fight for a second, where they wouldn't actually have to. But it's working. I mean, look at that. They're getting through. Bunker Games, they're doing well. I don't mean like, oh geez, look out. Excuse me, Halcyon, lower left. What in the world? They've got the star. They've got the star. They don't have the P-speed. Oh no. Oh no. They had all the chomps in the world. They had the star, but they need to run long enough on that platform to get P-speed. Reduce points of failure. Yeah, if you can identify points of failure, and that's really, when you really think about that, inputs are points of failure. I really mean that in general you want to favor strats with the fewest buttons to push on the controller, right? If you can get through the same obstacle in 5 button pushes instead of 10, that's a better strat. Generally speaking, that's a better strat. There's less to screw up. The less you have to push a button, the fewer times and the less accuracy you need. That's just money in the bank for you. This stuff is hard enough already, you know what I mean? Like, the goal is to make it easier. But now it is Halcyon and Revelug pretty much tied for progress here, trying to get out of this final chomp survival area. You know what, this level could almost just be from Casio. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like, I think Casio's a little tougher. Halcyon with the star. Oh yeah. Now they know what they want. They want that P-speed. Here we go in the lower left. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Revelug too? Oh, they had the star. Oh, they're so close together, man. And that is a win for Halcyon. That's a nice second place on that podium. Good job. Yo, Halcyon, welcome back. They took a little hiatus, and I think they were probably like meditating under a waterfall deep in the Himalayas with a SNES controller like balanced on their nose, you know, just like chanting and gaining their strength, kind of like Goku in a way. I'm sure that's what happened. GG, Revelug looks like they're up next. Revelug's definitely got the strats for this. Just a hop, skip, and a chomp away. I think Halcyon, was really helped out there by their extreme insistence on prioritizing strats that went quickly. They were able to get more tries and shake off bad tries quicker by just going instead of trying to duck and dodge and weave around. That's just generally, like I said, it adds more points of failure. And this is a lesson I learned a long time ago when I was playing Kaizo 3. Dolphin Swarm surfing used to be a little bit more in vogue in Kaizo. Haven't seen a Dolphin Swarm obstacle in some time, but maybe I should be the change I want to see in the world. But regardless, Koopa Keep Kyoto, the Dolphin Swarm surfing level in Kaizo 3. You have to do a lot of dolphin stuff. It's RNG dolphins. Layer 2 is moving up and down, and you want to kind of make sure you get the right dolphin at the right time. And I was noticing years ago when I played that Revelug in the lower right might have a shot at it. Oh man, they might have a shot. Let's watch. Oh, dang. I feel like I'm cursing. But I noticed while I was playing this level that I spend a lot of time waiting for the right dolphin. Oh, don't go yet. Oh, wait for oh, not that one. Gotta go for the next one. And really, that just adds more time to my death. You know, I waited around and I finally got the right dolphin. Then I died at the next jump because it's a hard jump to make. So what did I do? I just spent an extra minute and a half just to do that same death. And I realized that by prioritizing quickness, just huck it, just go. You're probably gonna die more, but you're gonna do that all faster. It just cycles. What you need is cycle, just cycle the whole thing over and over. Here goes Revelug. Yo, they got the star, but can they get down? Revelug with the P speed. They saw the A, that's why they pressed A. And that's gonna be a GG. Nicely done. Halcyon, thank you for the raid. That's our podium tonight. Louis Duce, Halcyon, Revelug. But I hope you'll stick around. We scheduled 2 hours for these races, and we're looking for our second podium. Bunker Games has a shot. Roke here in the upper right. Endless Ascent in the lower left. And GDQ Mario Wonder Runner Jank Pickle in the lower left. Everyone, y'all were playing like you were having fun. I can kind of tell sometimes when the Mario body language is like racers are a little frustrated. Everyone's been playing like this was a fun level. I'm getting the vibe that people are enjoying this one. I think there's a lot to love about this level and what this is, even though it's a little bit out of the ordinary. But perhaps, you know, you should expect the unexpected when you're racing Kaizo. Revelug 2, great job. GG, thanks for the raid. Really great movement in that Chomp survival section at the end. Yo, hey, if y'all are hanging out, you should, if you want, click the name in chat, drop a follow for some of these racers, because I know for a fact that they are streaming excellent Kaizo gameplay like this all the time, on the regular. You don't have to wait till Saturday in ROM Hack races. You can watch all the time. And I know there's a lot of folks trying to get their names out there in Kaizo, whether it's making or playing or streaming or whatever. And that really deserves some support. So be a pal. Roke, I saw that. Getting all the way to the star. Looks like Roke is gonna get out of here pretty soon. Yeah, cool. I'm glad you had that experience. I'm glad you had that experience. Finding strats for everything is kind of fun. Routing and turning a level that feels kind of messy like this into something that's kind of formulaic and like, okay, this works for me. I know what I'm doing. You're right, Bart. Or Millhouse. You're right, Millhouse. Fun is fun. Truant, they'll say. Roke, nice consistency. Friend. Man, lovely consistency. Look at this, dodging these chomps. Dude, waiting out that P-switch. Yo, that is clean, man. Dude, Roke has such a nice, clean strat for that survival room. I hope they win on this one. Uh-oh. They're gonna grab that star. Roke in the upper right. Oh, man, dude, they're gonna get it. Keep your eyes on the upper right. Everybody's got a shot. Roke's shot is laser guided right now. They got that survival room so clean. Okay, yeah, check this out, man, dude. I am loving this, dude. Roke Games here, really impressing me right now. Yeah, look at them just nicely, pleasantly weave between these chomps. They know exactly. Dude, they have got a formula here, man. I love this. I think, honestly, no, not to throw any shade. Everyone's doing great, but Roke's play for that survival room is the cleanest one, man. Look at them. They control. They know where to move and when, and they're guiding those chomps in such a way that that's reasonably consistent every time. And then they know the bounce height that the chomp is going to do, and they're just weaving in and out. Really cool. Yeah, so much diversity here. Everyone's doing something different for almost every setup. A lot of diversity. I think that's kind of special for a race too, because we're, you know, by default, the race, we're watching a lot of racers, and sometimes the racers are just kind of like clearing all the obstacles. But in this case, we really get to see them try to like work with it and interpret what's going on. Excuse me. Oh, look out, Jank Pickle. Almost. I really like this background in this level, and I've been trying to think this whole time of what this background reminds me of, and I finally figured it out. It's been bugging me this whole time. This background reminds me of what it looks like when Jank Pickle in the lower right gets that checkpoint. Man, dude, has it only been Louie that's died to the chomp when they got there the first time? I think everyone else has survived that. Nicely done. Jank Pickle doesn't need a wonder seed for that one. And they are out of here. Roke with another very clean. Oh man, look at, I love this from Roke, dude. Look at this clean chomp surfing. Man, they are so good. Dude, Roke, oh my gosh. 500 cool points for every chomp on screen right now on Roke's screen. Oh, I thought that was it for the star. Man, dude, this is great. Dude, Roke is really just ripping this up. I'm super impressed. I'm really super impressed with how they're dealing with that survival room in particular. Man, what a read. But, okay, so I finally figured out what this background reminds me of. It is an Atari game that is not booting up properly. Has this ever happened to you? How many times? A common gamer thing here in the year 2023, right? When you put an Atari cartridge into your Atari 2600 and it doesn't boot up correctly and it just shows these lines. It looks like this background and it makes that like ringing sound. It's an Atari cartridge not booting up correctly. That's exactly what this is. It was bugging me, but that's what it is. Roke, here we go. Look at this cleanliness. Oh my, we're a raw ball. The chain chomps, they let him down. They robbed you. See that robbery? Yeah, it's an Atari game. It's an Atari game that's not booting up. That's what it is. Here we go, Roke, let's do it. Oh no, look out. Come on, buddy. You got it. You gotta get the star. Roke in the upper right. They've got the star. They know they need P-Speed. Yeah, look at that. Look at that foresight. They know all about that P-Speed. Roke Games for the win. Oh no, Jank. Jank Pickle. Frozen? Question marks? I don't know. Are you frozen? Oh no. Is that a lock? Oh no. Have we encountered a hitherto unknown type of hard lock? Oh, okay. Excuse me. I saw you post question marks. And then you were stuck on screen. I thought maybe there was a hard lock. Wow, final 3? This is amazing. Y'all are doing great. I'm proud of yins. It's Endless Ascent, Bunker Games 82, Jank Pickle. Me and you, Super Mario, and all the Chucks of the rainbow. Thanks once again, man. I really want to give a shout out. Kona, this is absolutely fantastic. A great level tonight. If you like this, the possibility of an island is an amazing hack that's like even harder than this actually, but just as creative. Join us in following. Click that button in chat. Thank you for making this. Thanks. This is a really exciting level tonight. I'm really having a great time. And if you're having a great time, well, guess what? Boy, howdy, Roo. You could drop a follow, and you can come back and hang out anytime on ROM Hack Races. We do these races every Saturday night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, and all you have to do is follow, and then you can watch. You don't even really need to follow, but it does let you know that we're on. Really, just do whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here. Y'all feeling okay? Feeling warm? Getting all your chomps out. Yo, thank you for the raid, Louie. Really good job tonight, man. That was great. Great first place. Really well played. Very exciting. I'm glad you think so. Cool. I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I'm not the only, I don't think I'm the only one. But you know, you can kind of read body language a little bit in Mario gameplay. You know, like if I'm watching someone play, they don't even have to talk. But just based on their body language in the game, I can kind of tell what they're thinking a little bit. And everyone was playing tonight like you were having a lot of fun. I thought that's what I was reading out of the gameplay, and yeah, I'm happy to hear that. I think this was a really cool creative level that's kind of out of the ordinary a little bit, challenging a new set of skills that you don't see as much, and I was excited to see how people would do with that. Y'all rose to the challenge like the pros that you are. So, what two fruits do you have to touch together to make a chain chomp? You know, playing Suika game. Endless. Oh, I think it's 2 bob-ombs. You touch them together and then make a chain chomp. Touch 2 chain chomps together and you get Raphael the Raven. He's my boy. I love Raphael the Raven. He's my, well, I don't know if he's I just assume because his name is kind of male coded, but he my Raven. He my bird. He my bird, dog. Love him. I like that he just hangs out on the friggin' moon. You know? That's awesome. I like that for him. I also think their fort is one of the coolest in Yoshi's Island. Whoa, Endless, that was a sick dodge. I saw that, bud. Yeah, they lost their life on that one, but that was a sick dodge, grabbing that grab block to get out of there. I saw that. Bunker Games, yeah, accidentally killing that Chuck. Yeah, right, Louie? Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, totally. Yeah, he's like good. He's sort of a friend to me. Like he's like neutral. Yeah, he's not a bad guy. He's just hanging out. I love that they're doing that with a lot of Mario stuff. Like they're like introducing new enemies and kind of like making some of the old ones like more like friends. Like the Wiggler race in Mario Wonder. Like Wiggler used to be like an enemy kind of, and now he's just like, hey, bro, he's hanging out. You know what? Zangief is the best of them all, honestly. Honestly, he's not even my main in Street Fighter, but he is like my favorite character. You know, like he's a great dude. I think Zangief is just a great guy. He even dances with Gorbachev at the end of the one game. Look it up, that's real. Endless. Oh. He's a good dude. I would hang out with Zangief. I would absolutely. You know, like ranking Street Fighter characters based on whether or not I'd like to have a beer with them, or a glass of water if that's your jam. Water's cool too. Or maybe some nice sarsaparilla. Yeah, Ranking Street Fighter characters based on whether or not we'd have a rootin' tootin' time drinking sarsaparilla. I think Zangief is number 1. Probably second would be Ryu. And maybe Chun-Li. I think Chun-Li's probably cool. I think she might be a little, like, cold, but I don't mean, like, she's just, like, sharp. I get the sense that Chun-Li is, like, kind of sharp, like a teacher, you know, it's gonna, like, whack you with a ruler. Kind of sharp. She's, like, smart and sharp. Doesn't take no crap. Ah, oh, what a comfy race. I don't know. I'm trying to think of funny things to say. Boop boop ba doo ba doo 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 doo. There's only so much commentary I can give on exactly the same obstacles, but if you are just joining us and you'd like to learn a little bit more about what's going on here, please feel free to shout it out. And otherwise, thanks. Let's cheer these racers on. Yeah, I wouldn't trust Yuri personally. I don't, she doesn't strike me as trustworthy. So actually, I don't think I've ever done a Saturday Kaizo race. I played the Mario 3 races when we had those. But no, I don't think I've actually ever done one of like raced in one of these myself. I suppose, I mean, I always could if I felt like it. I would, honestly, I should sometime. But years ago when we were kind of divvying up like what we wanted to do and how we thought our skills, you know, our individual skills could benefit the community, I've just always thought that my skills are better used as commentary for this. There are other good commentators, surely, but I always just kind of thought like, why don't I use my skills of explaining things and bringing it to people in order to get more people involved, and you know, just use my skills that way. So that's the reason I never have, just kind of turn it over to others and let them do it. I think I will sometime. I always kind of forget, you know what I mean? And then I'm in the tester channel and I looked at a little bit of the level, or I played it or whatever, and I was just, oh, whoops, I can't race this week because I spoiled myself on it. Maybe if there's a maker, I don't know. We'll see. I will race one. Maybe in the new year. I'll jump in, put my money where my mouth is here. But I will say this, you know, I have played the levels and like noted my time on them, and like, you know, to compare to the racers and see how I would have done if I would have been racing. And I'll tell you for sure, I am not a shoe-in. I would many players that play here would be absolutely fine competition, and there is no guarantee, you know, just because I'm okay, but these players are also very good. So I've seen both Louis, You Fail Me, Muzzle, Halcyon, and others just wreck whatever time I had. Like, I've kind of sat here in the booth and been like, oh wow, 25 minutes, like dang, I got like a 45 minute on that one. So yeah, you know, it who knows. But yeah, no, I should sometime. Frankly, I also enjoy doing the commentary. I stream, you know, I'm a full-time Kaizo streamer, so I am playing all day, every day, and if I'm racing, then I also can't help out with testing throughout the week or behind the scenes stuff that we might need. You know, I just kind of have to hide and not spoil myself on it. So just try to, you know, instead of like taking the stage and being in the spotlight, for this one, I like to just help out the community. This is for others. I don't need to I don't know, what do I have to prove to you all? That I'm okay at Kaizo? That Louis Douce is really good? So yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it for fun, right? That's what they are. These races are fun. They're not for competition, man. You know, but I'll do it sometime. I just like hanging out, talking with everybody. Plus, the Saturdays are kind of like my day off, so it's my day off. Bunker games. Oh, geez, nicely done though. Getting that P-switch off. Endless, pretty close to the checkpoint as well. I have a time for D4's level, week 60. Oh, cool. Cool. Week 60. Wow, that was a long time ago. We're at 269? That was 209 weeks ago? Holy crap. What an institution. Wow, we're coming up on 300 weeks of ROM hack races. That's wild. I really appreciate that. It's through the support from the friends and fans in chat, from the help of the volunteers, the makers, the players that keep coming out each week. That's what keeps us in business doing this. Thank you for that. Yo, Bunker games. Ugh. They're getting it though. They're getting it. It is an Atari cartridge not booting up correctly. It is. Yeah, Bunker's movement is really good, but their chomp hurting skills. Maybe they're just not. Comparing that to the last clear, Rogue, they're kind of we're doing a little bit more with actually manipulating the position of those chomps. Wow, dope. Bunker, man, really, man, they got skills. They got some skills. I really like that Bunker is just avoiding the chuck gate. I like that. That's good. They're actually like adding a step to this. All right, man, they're getting back. Remember what we said about the last runs? Being able to get back here. Yeah. Jank. Oh, yo, let's go, Jank Pickle. Ah, nice try, though. Being able to get back to that survival part. That's what we need. That's what's gonna make the day. Jank. Oof. Oofda. Do you think chain chomps get cold outside? If you're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside. Poor little buddies. They're all out there chomping in the snow. That's not where they go. Bring them in. Put them by the fire. Let them warm up a little bit. They're metal. You might even be able to put them in the fire and they'd be fine. Are they metal though? Like, that's always been my conception, that the chain chomps are made out of metal. But I don't know how much I really have to go on with that. I guess because they're on a metal chain. Yeah, are they like rubber, like a seal? Like, do they feel like a walrus or a seal? Oh yeah. See, I've never actually played Sunshine. I know that might be weird, but it's true. If it's on the GameCube, there's like a 99.9% chance that I've never played it. That includes Sunshine and Melee and literally every GameCube classic. Just never had one. Bunker Games trying to have the ending here. Maybe they are made out of like a vinyl. Like they feel like one of those like vinyl couches. Maybe they're made out of plastic. Or like 3D printed. Maybe they used to be made out of metal and now they 3D print. Oh, the command you might be looking for is leaderboard. There you go. Got ya. Oh, Bunker. Oh, they're trying. Fighting for their life out here. Man, Bunker, they really do a great job getting through that football chuck part. Like they have like really clean movement every time through that. Well, I'll tell you what, y'all. We schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts under normal circumstances. This is kind of a tough level tonight. Folks are actually welcome to play as long as they'd like to, if they want to just keep doing that. I will leave it up to Finn, whether or not we want to do some extra innings or whatever here. But y'all are welcome to just follow the channel, follow the racers, and come back and hang out every Saturday. Okay, we are not able to do some extra innings this night, this evening. So if you want to see any individual racers clear on this, check out their channel after the fact. We got a couple minutes though. We're waiting for Bunker, Jank Pickle, and Endless. But we are gonna throw a raid over at the top of the hour, and I'll say thanks again for hanging out tonight with us. I really want to play this level now. Like, in particular, this one. They all are great, but this one, I don't know, man. Something special here. I like the movement a lot. Well, maybe if you go to romhackraces.com, we could download the patch for this level. What's that site? romhackraces.com. Well, I suppose if you wanted to, you could use the /get level command on Discord. But in order to do that, you'd have to join our Discord server. Where would you find that invite? Probably romhackraces.com. No, this is a good level, and I also feel that. I hear it speak. Indeed. Well, say endless. They were so close. Our time is rapidly diminishing here together, but just thank you all so much for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday. Thank you to Kona again for making our level tonight. Check out Possibility of an Island. Thanks to all the testers this week. Sulfur X, Mithrillionaire, RB Pimlico, Mars, welcome new tester, Gossip Greg, and You Feel Me. Fen, Doc, and Kelgand, and Starlord helping us out. Thank you all so much for that. ROM Hack Races is brought to you by kind volunteers, and if you would like to be among them, you can fill out a form and let us know on the website on Discord. Our time is just about up here for us tonight, so thank you for racing, thank you for watching. We are going to throw a raid over to another streamer, someone who's, I think we're going to go raid, who do we say? We're going to go raid Bunker Games, that's right. So feel free to follow the racers, go and check out some more Kaizo on Twitch. Thank you for hanging out tonight, I really appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words, that's really nice. I hope to see you next week. We got a LOL Yoshi level coming up, speaking of standard hard, so we'll see you around here again Saturday night at 8 for another ROM Hack Races next week. Don't forget too, in the meantime, you matter, your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives, you matter to me as human beings, you matter to the internet's +1 Longboy Furret, and the people that matter to you in your lives. Would love to hear from you about that. You know, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled and autistic lives matter. You too. Keep hacking the planet, y'all, and I would love to see you around the Kaizo community. Maybe I'll catch you in chat somewhere out there tonight. If I see you, if you see me, say hey. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Go have some fun, stay comfy, stay cool, and I will catch you next time. Peace.